right, this is impossible light activity. The same light activity you see levitating on the laundry room on the wall inside of the laundry room. It is indeed dynamic. Those are the leaves of trees that are seen blowing through the wind as it is magnified light that's appearing on my floor inside of my apartment. This is at what is 5:05 in the evening, where no sun, which also means no sunlight, is going to appear inside of my apartment, both on the floor and, as I've also shown the pattern, on the ceilings. But again, because I'm maintaining presence in my main bedroom, this is not the location where the entity is aiming the pattern of the blinds above, maintaining the engineered light all throughout my apartment. Though I want you to see an up close appearance, the evidence of the demonic. You saw the same evidence of the demonic while you saw that levitating light, if you will. And I'm using those terms because that is the ridiculousness of the light activity while Satan surrounds, not only present through the environment, but also present through the people who are demon possessed and who are group stalking, including in helicopters like you just saw LAPD doing, while a fake sun, that which is a light source, not the natural environment, speaking to the secrets that a population holds while they're group stalking you, engaging in demonic activity. And this light source that was in alignment to me down there, like I stated, moving as I move, and here it is inside of my apartment while I am inside of what is a private space where demons such as Lorraine Pena cross path, because that's the significance of her movement in the engineered light, while light such as I've documented her demon possession, while engineered light also moves across the apartment building while she is engaging in what is the criminal system on behalf of an entity, not an individual, but that individual will be prosecuted by name, her whole government, and the public information with regard to the terrorism that she's engaging in, which is an exceedingly violent sex offense. All right, and that's why she will be removed from any ability to violate children, as she has shown the impunity with which she engages in terrorism and sexual violence against an innocent American citizen, whom she also knows is enforcing her rights. And I'm referencing myself, the terrorist that Lorraine Pena is. As an aged woman, that's not how you're determining a threat. You're determining the threat because Lorraine Pena is the state that is maliciously targeting an American citizen for no purpose, no legitimate purpose, and under no legal bases whatsoever, and engaging in that criminal system with impunity and all knowledge regarding every aspect of a private citizen's rights, which is an unfathomable level of violation by people who are maliciously in the shoes of the state, who seeks to hide behind people such as Lorraine Pena. There is no hidden form, there's no hidden presence, and there also is no hidden reality with regard to what is Lorraine Pena's condition. And that is a demon who is strategically placing themselves on the path, creating the elements of monitoring, while the fake sun is now in alignment to my bedroom. And by the way, while I was documenting star construction, and they were group stalking at this end, and I was walking toward my apartment on the same exact sidewalk, and this fake sun was over the top of my head, which I captured on video. That was hours ago. It is currently 5:08 p.m. under no iteration of the natural environment, as I documented on June 5th, 2024, coming from the California DMV. And as I arrived capturing video at the entrance of this same apartment complex at 9:36, where it began, let me be clear, I started the video at Alvarado Gardens at the entrance, and LAPD is stalking in helicopter at 9:37, getting out of third-party group stalker Uber's vehicle. But like I said, the light source is not over Alvarado Gardens. It's over me at DMV, like I captured on video at 9:09 in the morning, but the entity is maintaining a light source over me. And as I arrive at this on video at 9:36, 9:37 in the morning at the entrance, the light source is in this position as I walk toward my apartment building and enter in through this back staircase. If you'll reference the documentation, there are so many angles where you are able to look at what is nothing other than clearly what I have shown, stalking with an entire environment, which is out of the pit of hell. It's demonic. And it is also the evidence of the condition of those who are group stalking in that environment. Not only the people of the state, which is terrorizing when you are made aware of the reality regarding demon possession and how popular it is. And not only that, it's the government that is engaging in what is group stalking, which is entirely demonic. You are seeing it not only through their behavior, but also through the environment. And there are so many aspects of the documentation that also pre-exist my heavily documented, my heavily captured, I would say, the evidence of the heavily group stalking conduct of the state while I'm in Los Angeles is what I'm getting at since I relocated. The pattern of conduct is captured well beyond my relocation to the city of Los Angeles, to Alvarado Gardens, which the entity is treating Alvarado Gardens as a center of the universe. And this is why when I travel to the UPS store, when I go to the California DMV, when I go to Vaughn's, the grocery store on Glendale, there is no time of the day ever that the sun's going to be over those venues, which I'm going to document. And the fake sun's going to stay right over the top of my car while I'm driving on every single last street, which is serving for the federal prosecution of Omnitrans, of Tracy Banks, and every other third party who are group stalking on the roads and the highways in the specific environment. And this is how you are under under no circumstances ever escaping the federal prosecution once the pattern of conduct is made manifest for the world to witness. All right. There is no sun that's ever over there. You clearly see it right here over me. And as I move, staying at the same property, it stays right here. And it also logically follows when I engage in what is a grand departure from staying at one address all day long, the entity is still following, remaining with a fake sun for the ability for a whole population to maintain what is criminal presence in that unnatural environment, which is that population's engagement in terrorism as an entity, and stalking as an entity, seeking, however, to do so secretly so that you can never make a connection between how they are maintaining presence together as one, while not necessarily having any personal relationship or knowledge of you as an individual, yet they are sharing behavioral patterns and they have in common presence around you in an unnatural environment, a scientific impossibility, and that light, that engineered light that also coexists with what is determined to be, as a matter of law, criminal presence. All right, that's how you are understanding the pattern of conduct. And let me be clear, that demon, Carla Lopez, making a statement in the spirit, that's a demon that's making a statement as I'm speaking to the reality that the Lord Jesus Christ wants you to know about what's going on in the world. This demon-possessed third party intentionally crossed his path. I want you to recognize that. That's a reality. And I am dealing with and exposing a spiritual condition of a population in addition to prosecuting them in the real courts. I want to make sure you understand that. And in the same way, Carla Lopez is going to, while the government that he's group stalking with provides evidence against him. All right, Exhibit A. That is LAPD, Exhibit A. Okay, the timing that the demons engage in this conduct is directly relevant, and the federal courts are going to recognize that. The federal judge that's learning about what it is that I'm exposing very specifically and thoroughly, okay, they're going to recognize the intentionality and the course of conduct that Carla Lopez is engaging in. And it's a sex offense. He's going to federal prison, and he's an egregious sex offender who acts with all malice and impunity, fully intending to threaten somebody whom he is violating, in concert with a corrupt government that does not help him whatsoever and cannot help him in federal court. Okay, but I want to be clear, while the entity stalks in the helicopter, the entity is Carla Lopez, and those demons are in one accord. They communicate threats together as one, the same spirit, the same demonic spirit. They're engaging in terrorism as one in the same specific environment. We're under no circumstances at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, when I am crossing path with what is construction, Star Construction. And they're at the end of the sidewalk, and the light source is over the top of my head. Look at the documentation I captured together while this demon is here. This demon is engaging in group stalking and doing so in the workplace. Let me be clear. Heather Teal's going to federal prison off of this. The employees of speaker companies are group stalkers, and the group stalkers are referencing their criminal co-conspirators, the people of the state that live at the property and the state that's stalking in a helicopter in the specific environment, violating my privacy, being sex offenders, group stalking, and then referencing yourself in a document that's going to be direct evidence against you. Heather Teal is going to federal prison. How many times do I need to repeat it to you? All right, Heather Till is listening to a repeated prophecy about herself. She's going to federal prison. All right, it is currently 5:14 p.m. This is P.O.C, and this is, again, the self-destructive behavior of psychopaths who serve Satan, and their understanding in the reality how much you are a dismal failure when you serve Satan, who cannot help you. He will not help you. He's certainly not going to save you from time in federal prison. This is P.O.C. It's currently 5:14 p.m. This is the light source that's remaining in alignment to my apartment, and I want you to witness the absence of any engineer light on my ceiling. You're looking at what is, I've already established, it has nothing to do with sunlight, nor is the sun going to be present. Remember, the leasing office is just on this side. It's literally down on the sidewalk down here. That's not the sun. This is engineered light that's appearing on the evidence of what is the condition of Carla Lopez, who is intentionally communicating a threat while he engages in the elements of monitoring, and that knows exactly what it is that I'm speaking of when I call on the name of the Lord Jesus, who's prosecuting him in the natural. This is engineered light that's appearing inside of my bedroom. You have the inconsistent presence of engineered light that's appearing both above me and below me. As I've shown you, the engineered light appears on my bed. So let me show you some of that. This is engineered light, the pattern of the blinds in my second bedroom, just appearing on the ceiling. None of it is sunlight. None of it is the product of the sun that is present at the same time at the Paul Bunyan Library, over the Rancho Cucamonga Library, over to be at 5:19 p.m. the parking garage at Q Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Nor is it going to be present in any position to aim sunlight inside and on the walls and floors of the Upland Public Library in Upland, California, which is already documentation that I have fully exposed in juxtaposing, if you will, the crime scenes that are Alvarado Gardens, which is the pattern of conduct in California, and the Upland Public Library, where the pattern of conduct in the state of California is underway. The entity is engaging in an ongoing sex offense while the demon-possessed, such as Silverview Town units, all of them fully engaged in a criminal pattern of conduct. Driving an engineered light is the federal offense. Doing so with knowledge this demon is aware of what I'm documenting on my phone and acting with impunity and in the same disregard that they have for American citizens. Let me be clear that that intensity of that federal prosecution is going to be commensurate with the malice with which this population is engaging in terrorism in the United States. All right. The entity is engaging in that which is done in concert with LAPD, who you just saw in this same video, stalking. There's no question about what they're doing. They're stalking. And they're doing so while you're looking at the evidence of their demon possession. This demonic environment is directly correlated to their demon possession while they are terrorizing someone who's telling all of their secrets. Okay. All of them. And the entity acts with with impunity. Every car is engaging in the ongoing demonic pacing, and they're monitoring somebody inside of a private space. They're repeatedly engaging in a sex offense and communicating to the federal judge that's going to sentence them. These here are going to federal prison. The entity is communicating with every vehicle crossing path in concert and on behalf of the state that I am a sex offender. I'm going to continue being a sex offender. I do not care that I'm being exposed as a sex offender. I want to continue to I want to continue to engage in being a sex offender. Please put me in a cell. Please put me in a cage and lock me up. Throw away the key. Because I am a threat to the public. That's exactly what they're communicating. And the elements of monitoring, the specific environment, and the knowledge that's the federal stalking under Title 18, Section 2261A that's underway, while the entity is aware of the fact that an American citizen is enforcing their rights to not be subject to this by the government in concert with the demon-possessed population, the people of the state, and they continue to do so, is directly relevant to your punishment and the enhancement of federal charges and sentencing. All right, it is currently 5:17 p.m. There's not going to be any sun, like I stated, outside of the parking garage above my head in the same manner in 2 minutes at 5:19 p.m. Same time of year analysis applies at the Victoria Gardens parking garage. It is a scientific impossibility because you're looking at it right here on the property. It's right here seen through the windshields of the demons who live at the property of Alvarado Gardens while these demons are pacing repeatedly one after another, a demon-possessed population who are going to be comprehensively prosecuted in ways that they have not even heard through the audible activity that they rely on to monitor me. P.O.C. That's impunity. P.O.C. These demons, you know exactly what they're doing because engineer light is ricocheting off of the cars and they're driving in the engineer light as I documented them engaging in assault and battery in May of 2024. On June 7th, I believe, 2024, you're looking at the demons while engineer lights ricocheting off of cars while they're pacing back and forth while a fake sun is over my head. These houses right here, they're going to federal prison. I documented the light source over them. Everybody that I'm documenting when the entity engages in an act of violence, everybody that I'm documenting that's engaging in the elements of monitoring in concert with the LAPD, those are the same people that are going to federal prison. Okay? So the entity is engaging in what is a maintenance of elements and doing so with impunity. And this is the public safety concerns that exists with a demon-possessed population, the lawlessness that exists in this nation. And it is going to be exposed. And with regard to what's occurring with regard to the people of the state that live at Alvarado Gardens, they're going to federal prison and they're going for years. The entity is engaging in what is impunity while the state provides evidence against the people of the state at Alvarado Gardens by stalking in a helicopter. The people of the state provide evidence against themselves while they're repeatedly pacing in relevant position, which is a serious federal offense, while every aspect of their criminal conduct, that's impunity that's attributed to those who are not escaping. There's no anonymity. There's no mystery to who's group stalking. Rita Vega's group stalking. Rita Vega's impunity is documented while she's repeatedly pacing in relevant position because Rita Vega is a part of the entity that acts as one. You are turning that malice on its head, and that federal prosecution will be commensurate to the threat posed to an American citizen when you engage in teamwork amongst the corrupt government to target and monitor and sexually offend and violate an American citizen, including in the workplace. which is why Heather Till's going to federal prison. All right, this is P.O.C. This is engineer light that's covering a property. They're all driving in this engineer light on my ceiling. It does not get any more foolish than that. With regard to, please put me in federal prison, federal judge. Please put me there, because that's exactly what the demons are pleading for. It is currently, again, 5:19 p.m., and this is P.O.C.